Stop what you're doing right now. Something just hit Flowery Branch like a lightning strike. A piece of news so shocking, so unexpected, it could flip the entire Falcons season upside down before it even begins. And at the center of it all, a rising defensive star. The one man who embarrassed the Saints, wrecked game plans, and made every Falcons fan believe this defense was finally back. But now, his name is on the one list no player ever wants to see. And our head coach? He's sweating. Hard. This is no rumor. This is a real problem. And it might be the start of something bigger. Let's break it down. Falcons fans, this isn't your usual training camp headline. This is the story that could define our entire 2025 season. Troy Anderson, remember that name. Because just a few months ago, he was the guy who made the Saints' offense collapse in Week 4. He flew around the field like a missile. He was fearless, fast, and violent. That game was the moment we saw a future Pro Bowl linebacker take shape right in front of our eyes. But now, that same player just got placed on the physically unable to perform PUP list. Yeah, that's not just another injury update. That's a gut punch. This is the guy we were counting on to lead the linebacker room. A second-round pick, a Montana State Warrior. He was supposed to anchor Raheem Morris's new defense. And now he's sidelined at the exact moment when we need him most. But here's the twist, and it's a big one. Coach Raheem Morris didn't sound panicked. He wasn't dodging questions. He actually sounded confident. Here's what he said at the Thursday press conference. He's on track. He's doing really well. He's in great spirits. He looks amazing. Now, if you've followed this team long enough, you know what real concern looks like. You know when coaches are sugarcoating injuries. But this didn't feel like that. Morris looked like a coach who knows something we don't. That's what makes this story so confusing and so important. Let's be clear. The PUP list isn't a death sentence. It just means Anderson can't practice yet. He doesn't count against the 90-man roster, and he can come back at any time during camp. For now, this might just be the team playing it safe. But it also raises big questions. If Anderson can't go Week 1, who steps up? Who takes the role of enforcer in the middle? What happens to our momentum on defense? This isn't just about one player. This is about the heart of the Falcons' defense. This is about trust, grit, next man up mentality. And if this team wants to prove it's for real in 2025, we're about to find out fast what they're made of. Now it's your turn, Falcons Nation. How confident are you in this defense if Troy Anderson misses time? Drop your answer in the comments right now, scale of 1 to 10. Do we bounce back? Or is this the first crack in the armor? And if you think the Falcons are ready to fight through anything, let the world know. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. If Troy Anderson doesn't get cleared by the end of camp, he won't just miss a few practices. He'll miss the first 4 games of the regular season. That's not just a small bump in the road. That's a massive chunk of our season without one of our defensive leaders. Now, think about this. Raheem Morris didn't come out and give us a safe, boring coach answer. He didn't say, "We'll see what happens," or "We're taking it day by day." No, he stood at the podium and basically said Anderson looks amazing. That's not coach speak. That's either confidence or a massive smokescreen. And when Morris added, "This is a deeper and healthier group than it was last year," that's when it hit me. He's not worried. He's got something or someone up his sleeve. And that someone might be Divine Deablo. Now hear me out. This could be the most underrated move of the entire offseason. When the Falcons picked up Deablo in free agency, most fans didn't even blink. It felt like just another depth signing. Just another name on the roster. But Morris? He's been glowing about Deablo since the spring. Talking about his work ethic, his fit in the locker room, how quickly the team embraced him. That's not how coaches talk about bench warmers. That's how they talk about leaders. That's how they talk about starters. And now, with Troy sidelined, Divine Deablo isn't just filling space. He's competing for a starting job right next to Caden Ellis. He's stepping into the spotlight. Let's rewind for a second, back to the game that changed everything. Week 4. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Saints versus Falcons. And Troy Anderson didn't just play well, he destroyed them. 17 tackles. That alone would be a monster game. But then came the moment. Fourth quarter. Saints driving. Game on the line. Derek Carr drops back. Tries to hit his tight end. Anderson reads it like a book, jumps the route, and takes off. 72 yards later, touchdown. That stadium erupted. Saints fans headed for the exits. Falcons fans? We believed. We thought, this is it. This is the guy. The one who'll anchor our defense for years. But football has no mercy. Late in that same game, Anderson goes down. And instantly, you just knew. It was the knee. He tried to stay in. He tried to be that guy. But his body had other plans. And here's the hard part to swallow. This isn't the first time. In 2023, he was finally hitting his stride. Great training camp. Solid preseason. Then boom, torn pec. Season over before it really began. That's 2 straight years. 2 seasons where we saw glimpses of greatness, and then watched it all disappear because of injury. And now, we're asking the toughest question of all. Is Troy Anderson just unlucky? Or is his body trying to tell us something? While everyone's stressing over who's missing time, let me drop a bombshell of good news. Kyle Pitts is back. Full go, full speed. Let that settle in for a second. This isn't just about recovering, it's about exploding into camp and reminding everyone why Pitts is still one of the most dangerous weapons in the NFL. Now I want to hear from you, Falcons fans, right here, right now. Do you still believe in Troy Anderson? Or is it time to pass the torch to Deablo? Drop your take in the comments. Rate your confidence in this linebacker group from 1 to 10. Let's talk. And get ready, because this defense is writing a whole new story. The 4th overall pick, the freak athlete, the tight end who was supposed to break the league, is finally back. Kyle Pitts is healthy. And not just kind of healthy, he's full speed, locked in, and on a mission. Let that sink in for a second. Because this isn't just about some guy returning from injury. This is a contract year. And Pitts is playing like a man who's got millions on the line, because he does. Every snap this season is a job interview. Every route he runs, every block he throws, every yard he gains, it's all money on the table. And if you think that kind of motivation doesn't matter, you don't know elite athletes. But here's the part that really matters. When Kyle Pitts is healthy, the entire offense changes. Defensive coordinators start sweating. Do you double Pitts and risk leaving Drake London or Darnell Mooney wide open? Do you play 2 safeties deep and give Bijan Robinson all that space underneath? There's no good answer. And that's what makes this offense dangerous. And speaking of protection, we just got even better up front. Caleb McGarry is back, and before you say he's just a right tackle, let me stop you right there. Michael Penix Jr. is a left-handed quarterback. That means the right side is his blind side. So McGarry? He's not just a tackle, he's the bodyguard. The wall. The last line of defense between our franchise QB and a 270-pound nightmare. When McGarry is healthy and locked in, Penix has time. Time to step up. Time to throw. Time to become the future of this team. But we're not done yet. Zion Trice? Back in action on a modified schedule. And let me break that coach speak down for you. It means they're easing him in, but this dude is going to play. Trice was a draft day steal. A run-stopping, edge-setting beast who can anchor a defense. Think Game of Thrones. Think Wall. That's Trice. Morgan Fox? Back and hungry. A veteran pass rusher who doesn't need hype, just third downs and a quarterback to hunt. In a division full of shaky O-lines and mistake-prone QBs, Fox is a weapon. DeMarco Hellams? Special teams machine. No one gets excited about special teams until they're starting drives at the 10-yard line and can't figure out why. That's Hellams. He flips the field. He makes teams earn every single yard. Now let's connect the dots. Troy Anderson might start the season on the PUP list, but instead of panic, what do we see? Divine Deablo, the depth signing, gets first-team reps. And he's not playing like a backup. He's playing like a leader, like a guy the locker room already believes in. While he leads the defense, Kyle Pitts is tearing up DBs in camp. McGarry is holding off edge rushers. Trice is shutting down the run. Fox is blowing up third downs. Hellams is flipping field position. And Penix Jr., with a clean pocket, is out there proving he belongs. And somewhere on the sideline, Anderson is watching, learning, getting healthy. Maybe he returns in week 5. Maybe he's the spark that carries this team into December with fire in their eyes. Or maybe we don't need him as much as we thought. Here's what I believe is happening in Flowery Branch. The Falcons coaching staff was handed chaos, and they're turning it into strategy. They're taking lemons and building a whole juice factory. They're building depth, building chemistry, building hope. Maybe DLO becomes the leader we didn't know we had. Maybe Pitts becomes the guy again. Maybe Penix grows up fast behind a wall of protection. Maybe this defense, this no-name, chip on their shoulder, underestimated group, shocks everyone. Or maybe it's just another chapter in the Falcons' what could have been story. But I don't think so. This feels different. The energy in camp is different. The confidence in Morris's voice is real. The pieces are on the table. Now it's time to put them together. So buckle up. This season hasn't even started and already it's throwing us twists. But when we look back in January, this might be the moment we realize the 2025 Falcons found their identity. Because every time people count this team out, they fight harder. And this year, they're coming for everything. Rise up, Falcons Nation. The story is just beginning.